This is the CN78. At first glance, it looks like an instrument you don't quite understand. The more you look, the more you realize its form carries the quiet presence of a 1970s robot. It's smooth, geometric, deliberate. It feels like a small piece of equipment from a near-future spacecraft. Those dual round displays form a layout that reads like a face, a quiet, expressionless silhouette reminiscent of vintage sci-fi robotics. But even though it looks like it came off a high-end factory shelf, its origin is much closer to home. This isn't something you buy, it's something you build. You don't wait for a company to ship this to you, you bring it to life yourself. Every part of this machine, from its smooth outer shell to the hidden wiring paths inside, is designed to be made right on your desk with a basic 3D printer. No factory, no assembly line, just a 3D printer, a microcontroller, and an idea. I call it Control Node 78, a self-contained command hub that feels almost like a companion on your desk. Behind the cover, the instrument is constantly gathering information. It can read data from your computer or pull information directly from the internet. The two round displays can show almost anything you can imagine: system stats, weather, network speed, moon phases, stock prices, or even a tiny animated character. And the brain behind it all is the Raspberry Pi Pico W, a dual-core microcontroller with built-in Wi-Fi. It's small, it's quiet, and it updates in real time, and it even has a digital soul. When you open an instrument that looks this polished, you expect to find a professionally manufactured PCB inside, the kind with copper traces, silkscreen labels, and machine-placed components. But inside this enclosure, the circuit board isn't made in a factory, it's printed. Inside the enclosure is something that has never existed in electronics. Not a factory-made board, not the industrial standard of fiberglass, copper, and surface-mounted parts. Instead, it looks almost like modern art, a sculpted block of 3D printed filament with clean channels carved through it and precise colored wires running like pathways inside a tiny architectural model. This is a 3D printed PCB, a structural circuit board made entirely from plastic. If you're wondering how 3D printed plastic can actually act as a circuit board, that's a whole story on its own. It's a technique I've been refining for years, a way of turning filament into functional wiring infrastructure, strong enough, clean enough, and engineered carefully enough to build real devices with. The channels guide the wires guide the signals, and the modules press into place with a satisfying mechanical fit. No solder, no chemicals, just geometry, friction, and a design approach shaped by a lot of engineering work. It doesn't look like a traditional PCB because it isn't one. It's a different way of building electronics. And if you want to know how this whole idea started, what a 3D printed PCB actually is, why it exists, and how it evolved, I've made a separate video that dives into the full story. You'll find it in the description. The build process is straightforward. First, print the PCB. It's designed specifically for the Pico W and the two round OLED displays. Every connection, power, ground, and the shared SPI bus is already mapped into the printed channels. Second, add the wiring. Push the wires into the slots. They hold themselves in place with mechanical friction. If you want a full step-by-step wiring guide, I've made a separate video that walks through the entire process in detail. The link is in the description. Third, mount the modules. The Pico W and both displays plug directly into the printed sockets. And finally, close the enclosure. A few screws hold everything together. The displays align perfectly with the circular windows, and suddenly, you have a dual-screen instrument that looks like a finished product. To show the system working, I'm using the Pico W in two different modes. In PC mode, the instrument becomes a miniature dashboard. It can show CPU temperature, GPU load, RAM usage, network speed, or even your game's FPS. And it can even display the current track playing on Spotify. In Wi-Fi mode, it becomes a connected display. It can pull live weather, stock prices, crypto data, moon phases, or even the local air quality. The screens update instantly, the animations are smooth, and the whole instrument feels alive. I didn't design this as a single-purpose instrument. It's not a clock, it's not a weather station, it's not a PC monitor, it's a blank canvas. If you want a system monitor, upload the system monitor code. If you want a weather display, upload the weather code. If you want a crypto ticker, upload the crypto ticker code. The hardware stays the same. The personality changes. This isn't a fixed instrument, it's a platform. Here are just a few things this platform can become. All of these projects run on the same hardware, just different code. Every interface you've seen in this video, the gauges, the animations, the layout, is just software, and all of it is available on my website. You can load a new interface onto the Pico W in seconds. One moment it's a system monitor, the next it's a weather station, or a crypto ticker, or something entirely different. Most commercial instruments decide the interface for you. You get a fixed layout, a fixed menu, a fixed way of interacting with it. This instrument doesn't do that. It doesn't tell you what it should be. It waits for you to decide. If you want a clean analog dial, or a dense technical readout, or a tiny animated character that reacts to your day, you can build it. The hardware is printed, the wiring is simple, and the interface is yours to design. Most electronics projects live on breadboards. They're fragile, temporary, easy to break, and if a single wire comes loose, you have to trace the entire maze just to figure out where it belonged, especially in a project with multiple sensors. Prototype boards aren't much better. One wrong cut, one bad solder joint, and the whole thing is ruined. They're messy, permanent, and hard to fix. But this approach, a printed PCB and a printed enclosure, gives you something different. The wiring stays in place. You can remove every sensor, toss the whole thing in a bag, and reassemble it later without losing anything. And because every wire is color-coded, black for ground, red for power, yellow and green for signals, you can read the entire board at a glance. Debugging becomes obvious. A tool you can hold, an instrument you can keep on your desk, a project that feels finished. You can change the interface whenever you want, reuse every component, and build real instruments that look and feel complete, all from home, all with almost no cost. And this approach isn't limited to display instruments. It works just as well for sensor-based projects. If you want to see it applied to an AHT20 and MQ2 sensor build with a single round display, I've made a separate video that walks through that project. The link is in the description. If you have a 3D printer, or access to one, you can download the STL files for the PCB and the enclosure, along with all the code for the Pico W from my website. All you need are 2 round displays, a Pico W, and a handful of wires, and you can build your own dual-screen instrument that looks like a professional one. Just make sure you get the exact round OLEDs with the correct pin order. I've linked the right ones in the description. This node is part of the Vanguard Tier, a growing family of applied instruments. If you want to explore the other nodes in this tier, the links are in the description. If you want to follow the evolution of this system, consider subscribing. And if you know a fellow maker who would appreciate this design, feel free to pass it along. Thanks for watching. I hope this inspires you to explore 3D printed electronics for yourself.